Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today will be my upcoming releases video, September edition. So these are all the decks that are coming out in September mass market. Hopefully I didn't miss any. These are the ones that I found, so hopefully not. So if I'm looking down, it's because my laptop is here. So let's get into it. So the first deck that I'm going to talk about is the Lord of the Rings Tarot. Now this is by Casey Gilley and Thomas Hijo. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the surname, so I apologize. Publishing is Inside Editions. Now, as we know, Inside Editions. I don't know. Thomas has a specific art style. He's done other decks such as the Tarot del Toro and the Labyrinth Tarot, and both of those are pip decks. So I don't know if this particular deck will be mixed or fully pip, but there are a few images. I will put them on the screen as I talk. So yes, I do love his art style. Love his art style very much. This is definitely one that I'm going to be watching for. I really want to see an unboxing of this particular deck to see, you know, how it goes and if it's fully illustrated or not. Though I don't mind pip decks, so if I really, really, really love it, I might end up getting this. Like, I might end up picking it up, regardless if it's pip or not. Because I do love Lord of the Rings. I have all the movies. I've seen the movies so many times. So many times. So many times. I saw all three in theaters. Then we have all of them on VHS. So I've seen them all multiple times on VHS, and then we got them on DVD, so I've seen them multiple times on DVD. Also, they've played on TV and stuff like that. Honestly, I've seen those movies so many times, it's like crazy. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am excited. It's set to release September 6th. And the next deck that we have here is the Unofficial Office Tarot. Now, this is by Chantal D'Souza. She is the creator that brought us the Golden Girls Tarot, as well as, oh, what's her other decks? The Meryl Streep Tarot, the Meryl Tarot. Oh my God, so hard. So hard to say. She also brought us, oh, what's the other one? Friends, the Friends Tarot as well. I have the Golden Girls Tarot, so if you wanted to check that out, I will link it in the cards. But she's putting out an Unofficial Office Tarot. This is published by Smith Street Gift, like all the other decks. And I never cared much for the show The Office. But if you are a fan of The Office, which I'm sure a lot of people are, you will enjoy this deck. Now, her decks are always fully illustrated, so there's no pips or anything like that, or, you know, non-illustrated minors or anything. It's Rider-Waite-Smith. She follows the RWS structure. There is no guidebook that comes with this deck, but because it's really RWS, it's an RWS clone. I feel like you can use any book, so any tarot book, you can just use it with it. So if you're interested in picking up this particular deck, it is set to release September 6th. Now, the next deck that I'm going to talk about is the Trick or Treat Tarot. This is by Barbara Moore and Jonathan Hunt. This is published by Llewellyn. It's going to be a box set kit, which is pretty exciting. I'm excited. I do want this. I want this so much. So much I want this. It is a fun, Halloween-y vibed tarot deck. Love Llewellyn. It'll be typical Llewellyn cardstock. It'll be, you know, one of those big guidebooks and whatnot. So it'll be a kit, their traditional kit. If you have a Llewellyn deck, big box, you will get the same quality as that. Guidebook is probably going to be good because it's Barbara Moore that is doing the guidebook, and she is fantastic when it comes to her writing. This deck is set to release September 8th, and I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. It looks like a fun Halloween deck, which we love. The Wheel of Fortune looks like the guy from The Matrix, I have to say. And he's throwing red and blue candy. So it's like red pill, blue pill. So yeah, very Matrix vibes. Then the next deck I'm going to talk about is the Water Temple Oracle. This is by Susie Sharub and Layla Savolainen. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. If I did not, I apologize. Yes, this is set to release September 8th, though it says it's in stock, though. I'm very confused by Amazon, but it says here that it's set to release September 8th, so I don't know if it released early or what, but anywho, September 8th it's set to release if it's not out already in your country. And this is cute, I have to say. Definitely water vibes. All the people look gorgeous. What is... I want to say like giving me Egypt vibes, but like one of these cards is giving me very Egypt vibes. But I don't know. I love it. I love this Mother of the Ocean card. Like, oh, so beautiful. I don't think I'd bring this into my collection, to be honest. Like, it's beautiful. Like, it's absolutely stunning. Like, it's a stunning deck. But I don't know if it's my thing. I do have my Mermaids Tarot, so I think we're good on that front. It is a Blue Angel deck, just to let you know, so it's published by Blue Angel. So it'll probably be that nice matte cardstock that we absolutely love from Blue Angel. Then the next deck that I'm going to talk about is the Animal Apothecary. I'm excited. This is a 44 card deck. Really exciting. It's wacky and crazy, as you can see on the screen. Like, it's colored. Like, it's colorful. And I love that. It's set to release September 13th. It's by Cara Elizabeth, and it is published by Hay House. Hopefully it's a matte. I like their matte cardstock better than their glossy cardstock. So hopefully it's a matte cardstock. I'm in love. This is definitely on my wish list. It doesn't look like the animals are written on the card. It just has like phrases or like keywords and stuff. Hopefully the guidebook will say what the animal is exactly. Because we all know that if we can't identify animals, like sometimes myself, I don't know what I'm looking at. It's good to have that information. So yes, some of them are pretty obvious, but others aren't. Like the birds, there's a lot of birds, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. But it looks fun, and I really, really, really want this. Like, it's on my wish list to get. Then the next deck is the 420 Tarot. 420 Tarot. This is by Juliana W. Rose and is published by Row House Publishing. Never heard of them. Maybe it's a new publisher. Sometimes that happens. So yes, this is the 420 Tarot. It is, I would assume, a weed-inspired deck. You know, cannabis-inspired deck. Very cartoony, as you can see with the everyone has red eyes, which is really weird. Which happens when, you know, you use cannabis, but it's just really, really weird. Love the box, I have to say. Yeah, no, I'm not. This doesn't interest me at all. Like, I do have the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle, which is already unboxed on my channel, and I love that deck. I personally don't use cannabis, but I love the artwork of that deck. That's what drew me to the deck. It was the artwork. So even if it's cannabis related and it's not something I'm linked to personally, I'm still going to use it because I just love the artwork. This, however, looks like an RWS clone, which is great. So if you are the type of person that likes cartoony decks and, you know, loves 420, this might be a deck for you to check out. Though, again, you don't need to use cannabis to use any decks that are cannabis related. Just to let you know, if you love this deck and you don't use cannabis, pick it up. Doesn't really matter. You know, if you love something, you love something. So yes, for me, it's a no thank you. But I hope other people out there enjoy it. So the next deck is the Allseeing Heart Oracle. Now, this is published by Watkins Publishing. It is by Sari Hujan. Hopefully I pronounced the name correctly. Apologies if I didn't. So this is apparently tattoo art meets Indian-inspired spirituality. That is definitely interesting. How many cards are in here? It doesn't even say. Does it say on the box? That's interesting. So it seems like it's going to be a deck that's art on one side, and then on the reverse side it'll have like the information. So it doesn't seem like there's going to be a guidebook. Though it says print length 64 pages, so I don't know if that means it's 64 cards. Or maybe it comes with a little pamphlet and it's 64 pages. I don't know. It doesn't say. But this deck is set to release September 13th. It is duochrome, so it's literally blue and white. So if you like that kind of thing, this would be a great oracle to pick up. I know that there's another deck that's blue and white. This might pair nicely with it. I can't remember what it's called, though. I think it's a tarot, but I can't remember what it's called right now. If someone knows what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments. The blue tarot deck. It's an indie deck, though. It's not mass market, but it's blue and white. Like the color palette is blue and white. But I can't remember the name right now. But anyway. The next deck is the Wiser Tarot. So this is published by Wiser Publishing, Wiser Books Publishing. And what they did is they took the RWS and they did some recoloring. And they added people of color in the deck. So it's an RWS remastered. Pretty much, in my opinion, is how I think of it as. They just took or reimagined rather than remastered. I would say reimagined. So it stays true to the RWS. They just redid the coloring and added people of color in it, which I love, and I really want to add this into my collection, to be honest with you, because I love it so much. Like, it's so good. And I love a good RWS deck. But yeah, there's no one of color in there. Everyone's white, right? So, yes. So I'm definitely excited for this particular deck. It's a 2-piece box, which is always nice. Hard box instead of a tuck box. Thank God. Ugh, hate tuck boxes. But yes, it's set to release September 14th. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Then we have a deck I already mentioned, which was the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. Now, it is out already in Europe, but in North America, it was actually pushed back. So this originally was supposed to be released originally in July, then it got pushed to August, then it got pushed again to September 6th, now it was pushed again to September 20th. So yes, so I'm not going to show any pictures except for the box of this particular deck. If you would like to see this particular deck, you can check it out on my channel. I do have a full unboxing because Liminal 11 did send me this particular deck for review. So I'm super excited. It's great. Definitely check it out if you're interested. So the next deck is the OK Tarot. This was originally an indie deck and picked up mass market. So it is by Adam Kurtz and it is coming out set to release September 20th. It's published by Tarjay Parigi. I have never heard of this publisher, so sounds fun. It's a very minimalistic deck. In terms of tarot, very pip and whatnot. So the deck is pink, as you can see, and black sketches drawn of the cards. So yes, very pip. Literally 4 cups is 4 cups. 4 of cups is literally 4 cups. So yes, 10 of swords is just 10 swords. So you're not going to get much in the minors, in terms of the minors, because it's very minimalistic. But if you like this kind of deck, minimalistic decks, definitely check this out. It's not that expensive, to be honest with you. Even in Canadian, it's only 29 bucks, which is pretty decent in my opinion for a tarot in Canada. So the next deck is the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. This is by Catherine Davidson and Tiago Correa. Hopefully I pronounced the name correctly. Apologies if I did not. This is by Abrams Image. This looks interesting. So originally there was only cover image, and they finally added a few photos. Not really the best. They're not a flat lay or anything like that. So yeah, it is an RWS deck, so it's going to follow. It's a clone, so it's going to follow RWS. I see here that we have Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups, as you can see on the screen, so they will be fully illustrated, which is great in my opinion. This is very cute. I actually really want this. I really want this. I love cat decks. So yeah, this is set to release September 20th. Then we have the Sufi Tarot. This is by Aida Hussein. I apologize if I didn't pronounce the name correctly. I hope I did, but I apologize if I did not. This is going to be published by Hay House. I'm really excited because this was actually set to release in November of this year, but they pushed the date up. So it's actually set to release on the 20th of September. This looks very nice, very fun. I believe it is... Yeah, it's based on Sufi wisdom. I'm not sure if that's... You know what? Let me just Google and see. I was going to say maybe Arabic, but oh, Islamic. Okay. So it's Islamic. Practice in which Muslims seek to find the truth of divine love and knowledge through direct personal experience of God. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. So this is a Islamic concept. So it's based on Islam, which is so fun. This looks absolutely beautiful. I have to say, the backs are fantastic. You'll see the picture on the screen, but this looks beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It looks like the major arcana has been renamed, which is interesting. And then we have the core cards also that seem to be renamed. So yeah, this looks really fun and super interesting. Definitely love the concept and love that it's a new thing that's being added to tarot and not something that has been done before, in my opinion. I feel like this is very, very interesting. Oh, here, it's a first of its kind East meets West kind of deck. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it. Ancient Sufi practices. Cool. That's really awesome. Set to release September 20th. Again, it moved up from November, so I love the fact that Hay House did that. that they were able to push up a deck from its original time frame, which is always fun. Better than delays, in my opinion. The next deck is the Signs of the Times Oracle. This is by Crystal Banner. It's published by Hay House as well. It's an oracle deck. How many cards is this, though? Oh, 44 cards. Not really my thing, honestly. One's a fridge, and it says rainbow, and then it says hope underneath it. So it seems like at least there'll be keywords on the cards. Yep, they all have keywords. So they have like what it is and then a keyword. I love the bees card, but other than that, this really does not interest me at all. So yes, but if this interests you and you like this kind of modern kind of decks, definitely check it out. It's coming out September 27th. Then we have the Sacred Feminine Oracle. This looks really interesting. It's by Anne-Sophie Casper and Liddy Bousset. Apologies if I mispronounced the surname. It's published by Ulysses Press, and I'm kind of it's interesting, but at the same time, I'm not really interested because it's a color, like a create and color your deck. So you receive the cards. They are black and white, I believe. And then you're supposed to color them. So yeah, they're black and white oracles and then made out of sturdy matte paper. And then you're supposed to color them yourself, which is fun. So if you like that kind of DIY your deck type of oracle or tarot, I know there's a lot of tarots on the market, but this one's an oracle deck. Definitely check this out. For me personally, it doesn't interest me. There are no pictures of the cards. The picture on the screen is the only picture that's here. So yes, it's set to release September 27th. The next deck is the Chibi Tarot. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I'm not really familiar with this terminology. Apparently it's by the editors of Ulysses Press, so it doesn't say who exactly it's by except for the publisher, that it's by the publisher. This is definitely interesting. Very those little cutesy anime kind of characters. So it's very cute. Looks traditional RWS. And it looks like it's fully illustrated. So definitely not Pip. There's some full illustrations in my opinion. Yeah, so not something that interests me particularly. I have other anime decks that are on my wish list that I prefer over this. But if you're into the fun chibi kind of vibe, kawaii type of vibe, definitely check this out. It's set to release September 27th. And the second to last deck is the Female Archetypes Oracle. Now, I talked about this in my upcoming releases, I believe July to December video. It's an angel deck. Well, it's supposed to be a female archangel deck, except there's male angels in here. So I don't understand why it's called female archangels when there are male angels in this deck. So the title itself is already confusing to me. Like, in that case, you just should have called it the Archangels Oracle. But anyway, this is by Callista and Marie Jo Forzali. It's published by Feinhorn Press, rather. And yeah, it doesn't interest me at all. I'm not into the artwork too much. Like, the artwork is not bad, but it doesn't really interest me. Like, I've seen better angel decks, in my opinion, on the market. But if you're interested in this particular deck, it releases September 27th. Again, the title just, I'm confused by it because it says female archangels, but there's male archangels in this deck. So I'm just like, what's going on here? Well, it says here the first oracle to introduce the female archangels. Okay. It's 44 cards. So it's the female twins, the male archangels. So is that why they put, okay, so it includes 17 female archangels, 17 male archangels, 10 cards with universal powerful symbols. Okay, that makes sense, but still, I wouldn't have called it the female Archangels Oracle if you're adding males in there, because it's not fully female, and I feel like if people don't read the information, the title itself throws people off. That's just my opinion, though. Each their own. Now, the last deck I'm going to talk about that's releasing in September is the Lorenzi Tarot by Irene Lorenzi. This is published by US Games and is set to release September 30th. I'm actually really excited and I want this deck so much. Amazon themselves don't have images. I'll just put up the one image that they have here, but US Games website does have images. It's very strange of a deck. It's very out of this world. It kind of reminds me of the Hush Tarot a bit with its strangeness. But it's not as dark as the Hush Tarot. The Hush Tarot is definitely way more dark, way more decay and death, where this I don't find as such. It's just odd. It's like really weird. But I love it. I love decks like this because they're very intriguing to look at, in my opinion. So yes, I'm really excited for this to release. And hopefully I'll be able to get it in Canada because, you know, US Games, very hard to find their decks in Canada, unfortunately, which is so sad because they have so many great decks. So yes, that was my upcoming releases for September. Let me know in the comments below what decks you're looking forward to in September, whether that be indie, mass market, and whatnot. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you to see what you're going to pick up. And did any of the decks that I showed interest you? Love to hear from you as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much and have a great day.